Welcome to a new podcast that's literally, we're just starting. First episode, episode 1. You're on the ground floor right now. It's a podcast called Men Unleashed. And it literally is what the title implies. It is meant for men. Maybe women will get value out of it. I don't know. Maybe men will get value out of it. I don't know. I hope so, because I'm excited about it. But as men in today's world, we have such limiting beliefs. I think there is right or wrong, a leash, if you will. Not in that sense, but a leash or a lid put on men in today's culture. And the whole point, the whole heart of this podcast is to unleash you, is to let you know that you have power, to give you the reins back after years and years and decades of, I think, just different beatdowns that men have taken on, and the lies that we've told ourselves, the lies that society has told us. This isn't a men empowerment, women are bad podcast. This is actually a men empowerment podcast, if you will. We're going to have some fun with it. Hopefully I can make you laugh. Hopefully we can have some open, honest conversations through this, make it relatable. This isn't going to be just me up here talking and pontificating and spewing my thoughts, but I want to have different experts on, talking about men issues, talking about life stories, talking about how they've overcome different situations, because we've all got them. I want this to be lighthearted. Maybe a little goofy, a little random. If you know me personally, that's who I am. Pretty lighthearted, little goofy, lot goofy. Sometimes I can be super random too. And we're going to have a little bit of that. But sometimes in some episodes, it'll be heavy. It'll be real, because I want this whole podcast, I want this to help. Whether you're a dude and you're struggling right now, I want to be that beacon of light. I want to be that person of hope that you can tune into, that you can relate to, that you can laugh with, that you can, just draw inspiration from. And that's where we're at. And that's the whole heart of the podcast. It's the whole purpose of this. So whether you're a dude, whether you're a girl, or whatever, hopefully you get some value out of it. I'm just a normal dude. Okay. My name's Reggie. I grew up in Iowa. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a social worker. I'm not super highly educated, in the field of psychology or anything else. But I have been through life. And I'll get into that as this podcast unfolds in future episodes and whatnot, and draw on specific examples, and just life experiences that I've had in the now 41 years I've been on this ball of mud, which is kind of wild. I've definitely had some pivotal moments, some moments where I can look back and I can say there was choices that were made, both good and bad. I've got lots of different examples of, smart things to do and really dumb things to do too. So hopefully you could relate to that, and you can see some value there, and be able to move forward with that. I think the biggest thing, one of the biggest things, is that people know that we as men are not alone. I know I cannot be the only person that thinks I'm alone, No one cares. Being a divorced dad of 4 kids, it can be lonely. And, not living close to my family, moving away from them, because that's what we chose when I got married. That can be really tough. And there are times that you can feel like you're in an island. And there are times that you can feel like you're all alone. And again, getting back to the heart of the podcast is I want you to know that you don't have to be alone. You may be alone. Like literally, you may be alone. You may be the only person in your house right now. You may be the only person in your apartment or whatever, whatever your situation is. But it's your choice to have it stay that way, because I'm telling you, it doesn't always have to be that way, because you've got a community, and I want to build that community. And I believe that, through this podcast, and just talking it out and just having some fun, laughing, telling life stories, like I said, bringing some people on that are experts in this field, they can help. And we can help build a community. And to get back to the name, when you're naming something, words carry value, right? And I think as a society, we're getting away from that a little bit. The origin of words and where they came from and how it worked. But I purposefully chose the name of this podcast the way it is. Men. Not man, not singular, not solo, not an island, but men, as in plural, as in a group, as in a clan, your people, your tribe, if you will. And that's what I want to create. A tribe, a group, men, a group of men that can come together and get unleashed. Take the cap off. Have some fun. Make some laughs. But most importantly, be there for other people. Be open and be vulnerable so others can come up beside you. Because inevitably, I don't care where you're at in your journey. Maybe you are nailing it at work. Maybe your marriage is rock solid. Maybe your kids are getting all A's and not doing anything wrong. Maybe your football team's doing great, or maybe not. Okay? And any of that could be going great. Odds are there's some avenue in your life. One of the big pillars of life is not doing well right now. And as a guy, it's hard to talk to other guys through those problems. And I get that. I understand that, man. That's tough. Because you don't want to sound, number one, you don't want to bother. You don't want to bother people, right? I think that's a big thing, is like, I don't want to bother people. Like, they've got their own problems. They don't need to hear my problems. And I think that's one thing, that's where I struggle, is asking for help, because I don't want to bother somebody else. Like, they've got to fix me. But I think if we're honest with each other as a community, for the most part, a lot of people feel that way. And the crazy part is, we're all going through this. We're all going through the same stuff, pretty much. The details might be different a little bit, but for the most part, we're all going through the same stuff. And there is no reason why, as guys, we cannot come together. We cannot collaborate. We cannot lift each other up, hold each other accountable, and just be there for each other, because that is ultimately what people would want. That, like, I don't know. I've never been on my deathbed. Maybe you have. I haven't. But that is ultimately, I think, what most people would say they would want, to find out what's most important to them when they're on their deathbed, is the people that you helped, the people that you were there for. Yeah, I mean, experiences, yeah, and driving a Bentley and seeing the, whatever. Like, you see all like the villas, in wherever, some European village or whatever, right off the ocean. It looks pretty sweet. But you're not remembering, I don't know. Again, I've never been there, but I would think that you would remember the experiences that you had with the people. And I know that if you can be there for other people and you can help them, eventually at some point in life, you're going to need help yourself. And just going through life, I know that life is better when I'm open, when I'm honest with other people, and I'm looking for community and I'm looking for help. Because again, most people are struggling with the same stuff that you're struggling with, because we're all humans. We're all very, very predictable. Super predictable. And that's what I want. That's just what I want. I want to help. And right now, hopefully this podcast can be a venue for that. Yeah, I'm excited about it. Hopefully you are too. Thanks for listening, watching, whatever you're doing. We'll have some fun stuff that we share. We'll have some tough conversations, and we'll talk about some of the issues that we face. Do book reviews. Maybe let's get into a variety of stuff. We'll see what you like, see what you don't like, and then we'll just go from there. Some of the episodes that I've got lined up, and I'm super excited about them. The next one is around navigating fear and doubt. And if there is one thing that I've struggled with, and I know, again, I'm not the only one, is fear and doubt. The unknown. Talking to yourself, playing all that BS in your head. And how are you going to react to it? And it's usually not in a good sense. And so I'm excited about this. I really am, because just as much, I don't have this figured out. Like I said, I am a normal dude that has all of these same fears that you have, all the same questions. I start and I stop, and I start and I stop, and I get excited and I stop, and then I start, and it's this perpetual, ever-ending start and stop cycle. I get it, and I understand it. I'm in the same boat. And the reason I do that is because, again, next time we're going to be talking about fear and doubt, a lot of it is derived from fear and doubt, and just all the self-defeating things. What about this? What about that? And what qualifies me to talk about this stuff? I don't know. I don't know what qualifies me. And that's the honest truth. But, here I am. And hopefully people are listening. And if not a big deal. You know what? It's episode 1. Really, nobody's going to watch this thing anyway. So it doesn't really matter. I'm kidding a little bit. But, I mean, in all honesty, there's probably going to be about 3 people that listen to this thing. One of them is me because I'll watch it again just to self critique and see what I can do to tweak. One of them probably be my parents or something. Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad. Appreciate you. Love you. And then some other dude. I don't know, some random in Lebanon, Kentucky, because he just stumbled upon this and had insomnia and he couldn't sleep. So that's about the extent of that. So I could say a whole lot of crazy things right now, and it wouldn't matter because it doesn't. Nobody's gonna listen to it. I'm joking, of course, but again, like I said, where I see this going and what I want to do with this podcast, I am really excited about it. Hey, if you want to be a guest on this, if you've got issues, if you've got questions, feel free. Shoot me a message. I'll put everything in the show notes. Whether you're listening to this on, whatever, Spotify, if you caught one of the YouTube shorts or one of the reels or one of the TikToks or whatever, just everything's going to be in the bio. So go, contact information, all that's going to be there. I'd love to hear from you. Like I said, this is not the Reggie show. This is not the just listen to me the whole time. I want to hear from you guys. What are you struggling with? What can we help you with? What do you want to hear? You're about I don't care if it's pop culture. I mean, we can get into the different things that are facing us in today's time. I mean, 2024 is just starting. It's January of 2024, and it's going to be a really pivotal year, and it always is, and blah blah blah. Especially in an election year, and everybody says, "Hey, this is the most critical election ever." But I will say this: is that there is more. I feel like there's more fear today in today's world, in the news cycle and everything that we have, political unrest, economic unknowns, with COVID running rampant. It'll be the 4th year anniversary this coming, in March, April, when it really took hold here in the States. I just feel like it's a big year, and with all the economic unknowns, and all of the other threats and all the other, I don't know, and maybe it's always been there, probably has. I just haven't known about it. But I feel like it's greater, and I feel like the pressure is greater than ever before too. So it is vitally important to be connected, to have a community, have a tribe of people that you can turn to. And I know it's weird because I'm talking to you and it might feel like a one-way conversation, because it kind of is. And I'm up in Michigan, and you might be, in New Mexico right now, for all I know. I don't know. And it may feel weird trying to connect with a guy from Michigan, but I'm here for you. Okay. I'm here for you. I feel like there's some other things I was going to say. It's with everything, like I said, with everything that's happening this year, whether it's me, whether it's another group, it's your church, it's a group of buddies, whatever it may be, I just want you to be connected. As guys, we need to step up. I feel like a lot of guys have been dormant. I feel like, I know I have been, just for a variety of reasons. And again, we'll get into all of that, as this podcast kind of matures and grows and, what's the word I'm looking for? Unfolds. Is unfolds the right word? I think so. I could act like I got a producer or something like that. Be like, Frank, what am I looking for? Frankie? Yeah? Okay. There's no Frankie. It's just me. It's me and my computer and my mic. Some water. I'm a Nebraska fan. You guys, send some hate that way. We haven't been relevant since the mid-'90s in regards to football. Hopefully, Rule and the boys will get that turned around. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But anyways, yeah. I mean, I just want to get on. Listen, anytime you do something for the first time, this is my first podcast, like not my first one. But anytime you do this solo, I've started and stopped. I actually haven't started. This is my first like live on this podcast, but I've thought about starting it. So I've started and stopped this a lot. And it's probably going to be the worst one, so don't judge me on that. But I just want you to know this is what we're doing. This is where we're going. I'd love to have you come join us. I got big vision for it. Whether it comes true or not, I don't know. But we're gonna swing for the fences, and we'll see what happens. Might be swinging out of our shoes and look like an idiot and strike out. But you know what? It's all good. It is all good because here's the thing. Well, this is actually kind of good. Is that I've got 4 kids. Okay, it's a lot. Don't know what I was thinking. But anyways, we're not going to go there. I am so glad I've got them because they're amazing, and they're amazing in each of their own ways for sure. And it's so cool. They're so unique, and I totally get why you can't say who your favorite is, even though there are definitely times that you do have favorites. And if you say you don't have favorites, you're lying to me. You are so lying. You're so lying. Don't do that. But your kids are watching. Your kids are watching everything. And this isn't a talk that you've got to be perfect. This isn't a talk of you've got to have it all figured out, because you don't. You won't. You're going to miss, and that's fine. What's not fine, in my book, is you not trying. You just giving up. You just whatever. Just going through life. It reminds me of is it Billy Madison? Hey, Frankie, is that Billy Madison? Yeah, it's Billy Madison. Thanks, Frankie. You got a high-pitched voice. You got a dog, right? You got a responsibility. Get off your ass and find the effing dog. And that's what you got to do. As a parent, what example are you setting for your kids? Hey, it's easy. It's easy for me. My kids are involved in sports. It's easy for me to be the dad on the sidelines, criticize whatever, their performance, the ref, the coach, the play call, whether they made the shot, missed the shot, missed a tackle, made the catch, missed a spike, whatever, the dig, ground ball, whatever sport you want to talk about. Easy for me to sit on the sidelines and do that, right? Easy for you to do that too. And it happens every single ride home. Every ride home, the parent is self-critiquing. Not self-critiquing. They're critiquing the performance of the kid and the coach and the ref. And the kid's probably doing it too. And that's not right or wrong. It just is what it is. My whole point in saying all that is, what are you doing with your career? What are you doing with your life? What if your job performance, your dreams, your ambitions, all of that was on display just like your kid's athletic performance was? What if you allowed your children to critique you? How would you take that? Would you take offense to it? Would you get defensive? What if your kid said, hey, you talked about doing this. I know you've got more inside of you. Why are you settling? What if your kid said that to you? That's a tough man. Whew. That'd be a tough day at the office. That would be a tough one. And you can't get out of it with, I'm the parent because I don't have to answer that because I said so. You're put on the hot seat now. Because that's what's happening. Now, the kid might not be able to call you out. They might not be able to see it. But your friends can. They see it. Do you have somebody in your life that can help you? That loves you enough? And that's the big point right there. That loves you enough that can call you out on your own stuff. Hey, it's cool to have a couple drinks, man. Blow off a little steam. But bro, you're doing it 6 nights a week. That's not called blowing off steam. That's not called having a couple drinks. That's called you getting around your responsibilities, bro. Calling somebody out. Loving somebody enough to be able to speak the truth to them. I don't know. These are thoughts that come in my head. Like I said, it's not easy. It's been almost 3.5 years since my divorce. Their mom's great. Their mom's big time in their lives. So I've got zero things to fuss about with that. But this is what I think about when they go over there to their moms and I'm all alone. What am I doing? What can I do different? You said you were going to do this and you haven't done it yet. And I can beat myself up with the best of them. And I know it's not healthy, but I do it anyways. So I thought I'd get on here, start a podcast called Men Unleashed. Let's see where it goes. Men Unleashed. Group of people. Unleashed. Uncapped. Wild. Free. The way it was meant to be. The way it was meant to be. So we're going to dive into a lot of stuff. Tackling issues head on. We're going to do it, man. Because if I'm not talking about it, I don't know. maybe there's other avenues you can talk about it with people, or you're going to hear it from other sources as well. I don't know, but I figured this is about as good as a platform as any to address some of the issues. And one of the big things is just finding that purpose and that peace. Now, I know it gets all the hype in the world about finding a job you love and never work another day in your life and blah, 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 blah. I don't know about that. I don't know if I'm a believer in that or not. Jury's still out. But I do believe you need a roadmap. You need something that is going to hold you accountable. And that is what I know I can do. And that's what I want to do. I struggle with the same stuff that everybody does. And I'm not immune to it. I'm just not. And building this community is just as much, if not more, for me as it is for other people. I have a heart to serve. If you know me, if you know anything about me, you know that's where I'm at. But I also know my own shortcomings, and I know this is going to help me just as much as it's going to help you, which is a good thing. All right. I've been rambling for 32 minutes. Reckon it's about time. I don't know. Again, hey, appreciate you. Hopefully don't judge this whole podcast off this first episode. Had to get one out of the way. I don't know how much value there is there, but I don't know. We'll see what happens here as we go along. Next episode is going to be all about navigating fear and doubt. Fear and doubt, the self-sabotaging BS that we tell ourselves every single day, every hour, probably multiple, like, I don't want to go with every minute. That's a lot, but, it's a lot. A lot. This is self-doubt and all the other BS that we tell ourselves. So stay tuned for that. I don't know how often we're doing episodes. I would like to do them weekly. We'll see. It might be an every other week thing. Got to get a cadence to that. So I appreciate you listening. If you made it this far, you are probably related to me, and I appreciate you doing that. Or you were just super bored. Because, dang, I don't even know what I talked about. I got to go back and listen to it. So, all right, we're going to end this on that. So, hey, next time, navigating fear and doubt here on the Men Unleashed podcast. Have a great day.